Today, we'll show you how in-house drop testing works, give you a tour of our custom drop tester, and drop a real medical device and its packaging to see what holds up and what doesn't. The frame is made of aluminum extrusions, which makes it easy to adjust and customize. It has a double door system that you can move up and down to change the drop height. There's also an arm that helps support edge or corner drops and oddly shaped prototypes. For the impact surface, we've chosen two options depending on the device under test. We can place a 50mm hardwood board underneath for testing devices per IEC 60601-1, or remove it to expose the concrete floor for free fall drop testing of packaging. Now here's the thing, you don't actually need special equipment to do drop testing. You can simply lift the device to the desired height and let go. But you need to be careful not to push it or twist it when you release. One big advantage of using a drop tester is that the spring-loaded doors open fast, faster than you can move your hands. So, the device drops straight down without being pushed or twisted. So here we have a device under test, and we are going to be testing it in a variety of different positions. We're going to be starting off with the bottom face of the device. Now, next up, we're going to be doing a drop on one of the short faces of this device. So after that drop, in addition to the battery pack coming off, you can also see that there's some separation between the two pieces in the main body, as well as some deformation in the plastic. And now a drop on the long side face of the device. And after that drop, we notice that there's a little bit of rattling inside the body now. Now we'll be testing out a drop on one of the edges of the device. Ooh, dramatic. So after that drop, it's pretty definitively failed. You can see the top is separating. Some of the buttons and top pieces have also fallen off. So at this point, we would say that it has failed the test and we will not be doing further drops. So even though we just failed the test, let's see for fun what a corner drop would look like. For packaging drop tests, we need to drop on faces, edges, and corners. We're going to start off with a drop on the bottom face of this package. Now we move on to a drop on one of the side faces. And finally, we'll drop on one of the remaining faces. So now we'll be doing a drop on one of the box's edges. Now, due to a miscalculation on the maximum size of corner drop that we're able to do, we actually downsized the box for this corner demonstration, but the principle remains the same. So you would drop on multiple corners during the test, and here is one of them, for example. So for the final test in the drop sequence, what you'll be doing is a worst case scenario test. In this case, you'll be dropping the device under test from twice the height of your previous drops and in the orientation that you have determined to be the most damaging. In this case, we're assuming it to be the bottom face, but it will depend on your specific device under test. Here goes. At this point, check the packaging and inspect its contents for things like dents, broken parts, or items that have shifted out of place. If the device is sterile, make sure the sterile barrier is still intact. For reusable, non-sterile devices, you'll also want to test if the device still works properly after the drop. If the packaging didn't protect the device, use what you learned to improve the design. And if everything looks good, you can move on to formal third-party testing with more confidence. So the other great thing about having a drop tester in the office is that besides just testing for verification, we can also drop things for fun.
Do I just go anytime?
Yeah.